Welcome to A Course of Love book group. This book written by Perron, first receiver. This is an ongoing book group, and you can find past recordings if you've missed any of all the other chapters before this one on YouTube at Kimberly 8th Day. 8th Day. And tonight we are on page 276, chapter 11, the belief. We exist in relationship and unity. The belief. We exist in relationship and unity. The Christ in you is relationship. As you were told within the pages of A Course of Love, you are a being who exists in relationship. This is how you were created and how you remain. This is the truth of who you are, and even in your own terms, a fact of your existence. Earlier, this was pointed out to you so that you would come to accept who you are, and so that you would extend forgiveness to yourself and all you hold responsible for this truth. This forgiveness has now extended in two distinct ways. First, in forgiving your Creator for creating you in such a way. And second, in forgiving a world that has taught you to want to be other than who you are. Now our aim is to show you how to integrate the belief that you are a being who exists in relationship into the living of your life. Even though you no longer want to be other than who you are, and even though you now have a much clearer understanding of who you are, you will find living as who you are in the world difficult as long as you perceive of others as living under the old rules, the laws of man, rather than the laws of God or love. It will seem all but impossible to live in relationship when those around you are still convinced of their separation and still seeking to glorify it. You will still perceive of the world as operating under the law of man, and as long as you perceive of the world in such a way, you will be forced to live by its laws. This will cause struggle, and as you now know that struggle of any kind alerts you to the presence of ego, you will continue to do battle with the ego rather than leaving it behind forever. Rather than leaving it forever behind. Doing battle with the ego has become the preoccupation of many gifted and learned people. This is the classic battle revealed in all myths and tales of war and strife. It is the battle that in your imaginings has extended even to the angels. The ego is the dragon that must be slain, the evil of the despot to be toppled, the one-on-one conflict of all heroes who would take sides and do battle. You are called to peace, a peace that begins and ends with ceasing to do battle with the ego. As the ego has been the known identity of your existence until now, it will, in a sense, be forever with you, much as the body that is your form will remain with you until your death. But while your perception of your body as your identity and your home has given way to an idea of it as a form that can be of service to you and to your expression, there is no service the ego can do you. The ego is the one untruth, given many names and many faces, and the only thing given by you the power to do battle with the truth or with God. Remember now and always that you and God are one, and that when you invite to do battle with God, you but battle yourself. A God of love does not do battle, for truth needs no protection. The truth is not threatened by untruth. The truth simply exists as love exists and as you exist. When we say something is, this is what it is of which we speak. When we say all truth is generalizable, all needs are shared, all knowing is shared, this is of what it is we speak. All cannot be threatened by nothing. This is why we spent a fair amount of time addressing needs in a way we had not previously addressed them. For only with your understanding that all that is real is shared does the ego lose its power. The ego was made from the belief in separation and all that followed from it. Thus, your true identity must be recreated from the belief in unity that is inherent in the acceptance that you are a being who exists in relationship. Separation is all that opposes relationship, and the ego is all that opposes your true identity. Yet, as has already been said, the ego, having been with you from your earliest remembering, will continue to be with you in the way that all learned behaviors and ideas are with you until it is totally replaced by new learning. Learning thus must complement your new beliefs. The ultimate goal of this learning being the end of the need for beliefs at all. This learning, then, must be seen for what it is. It is the holiest of work and the final evidence of means and ends being the same. Your devotion to this learning must now be complete, your willingness total, your way of learning, that of a mind and heart joined in wholeheartedness. Realize that when you think that this total reversal of thought concerning yourself and your world will be difficult, you're listening to your ego. The Christ in you knows not of difficulty. How can it be that we speak both of the Christ in you and of Christ as being relationship itself? How can it be that we have spoken of Christ being both wholly human and wholly divine? These statements can only be true if there is no division between you and relationship, if there is no division between the human and the divine. Separate things must still exist in relationship. This is the key to understanding the truth of these statements. For even while you have chosen separation, this choice did not preclude the existence of relationship. And it is in relationship that union still exists. If you had been able to choose separation without relationship, then the image of yourself the ego has put forth would have been a true image. But as life cannot exist apart from relationship, this choice was not available and did not overturn the laws of God. The ego is but your belief that this has occurred, that what could never be true has become the truth. So let us now, for the sake of continued learning, speak of separation in a new way. Let us speak of separation as a state that exists rather than as a state that does not exist. If you exist as a separate being, but your being is contingent upon relationship for its existence, is this not the same thing as saying that you are a being who exists in relationship? Is this not similar to saying that a living human body does not exist without its heart? Is not what is essential to a living body a fact of that body's existence? Well, this illustration is not attempting to say that life does not exist apart from the body. It is attempting to reveal in an easily understandable way that there is a condition under which you are here and able to experience life as separate being. That condition is relationship. And relationship is what keeps you forever one with your Creator. Here, that relationship is being called Christ in order to keep the holiness and importance of this relationship forever and foremost in your mind. Here, that relationship has been given a name, as we have given your relationship with your separate identity the name of ego. Here, we are asking you to choose the one real relationship and to vanquish the one unreal relationship. It is from these two separate ideas of relationship that the concept of doing battle has emerged. This concept of doing battle can only remain if you remain convinced that the ego is real. As long as you believe that the ego is real, you will feel as if there are two identities that exist within you. And you will see yourself as doing battle in countless ways and forms. There will never actually be a battle going on between Christ and the ego, but you will perceive that such battles exist. You will be prone to calling upon the Christ as your higher self to defend you against the ego self. This is highly akin to your former notion of prayer and assumes that there is something real that you need defense against or saving from. This is how the notion of Christ as Savior arose. This is the belief in a good self and a bad self, with Christ acting as conscience and defender of good, and the ego acting as devil and defender of evil. This is nonsense, or but a form of the insanity that is prevalent still, even in your thinking. You do not realize that this source of conflict is the source of all conflict that seems real to you within your world. This battle of good and evil, while you believe in it still, will be demonstrated before you, just as it has been from time immemorial. Is this what you would have continue? Does this not but reveal to you a fraction of the power of your thinking and its ability to shape the world you see? An alternative to this insanity exists. The alternative is removing all faith from your belief in the ego self. The alternative is replacing belief in an ego self with belief in a Christ self. Total replacement. As long as you hang on to both identities, the world will not change, and you will not know who you are. You may think you know, and you may waste much time in perceived battles, valiantly fighting for good to win out over evil. But this is not the new way, and the lack of value from this type of effort can surely now be seen. I have said that the ego will remain with you as the identity you have learned since birth until you replace it with new learning. While you have learned much here, you may be thinking that your ego is still very much with you and wondering if you have not yet replaced it, how this miracle will come about. This replacement is indeed a miracle, and the very miracle you have been prepared for within this course of learning. That ends chapter 11. And I will continue to chapter 12. The belief, correction, and atonement. Chapter 12, page 280. The belief, correction, and atonement. Miracles are thoughts, and I am the corrector of false thinking. You have been made ready for this correction, and your belief in correction or atonement at one is the final belief that must be put into practice. Miracles are a service provided through love. Your readiness for miracles has been achieved through the learning you have accomplished. Miracles cannot be used, and so your learning needed to include an ability to distinguish between service and use. Service or devotion leads to harmony through right action. Until you were able to distinguish the false from the true, you were not able to receive the power of miracles. The power of miracles is but the culmination and the integration of the beliefs we have put forth here. The miracle I am offering you here is the service I offer you, the precursor of the service you will offer to others. Miracles are intercessions. As such, they are agreements. They do not take away free will, but free the will to respond to truth. They are the ultimate acceptance of giving and receiving, being one in truth. While you continue to feel as if you do not understand miracles, you will be reluctant to believe in them or to see yourself as a miracle worker. Your belief in miracles and your belief in atonement, or correction are the same thing. While you believe there is anything other than your own thinking that is in need of correction, you think falsely. Right thinking is a realm of miracles. As with the learning goal being set here of going beyond belief to simply knowing, the learning goal in relation to the miracle is the same. It is one of going beyond belief in the miracle to simply knowing. Knowing is knowing the truth. Knowing is right thinking. Your return to knowing or right thinking is both the miracle and the end of the need of miracles. For as you live in the world as who you are, you become a miracle and the constant expression of the miracle. The power of thought and the power of prayer, once aligned, call constantly upon the same power of intercession that is the miracle. This is why we also devoted a fair amount of time. This is why we also devoted a fair amount of this treatise, to a discussion of calling. Calling is not only something you receive, but something you must learn to give. As you have come to see calling as a gift and a treasure as well as a learning device, so you must come to see your own ability to call for intercession as a gift and treasure you are able to give in service to your brothers and sisters. If callings come to alert you to the treasure within, how can it be that you, as a miracle-minded being, are not called upon to also call forth the treasure that exists around you? When you call to those whom you meet in relationship, you call but to the already accomplished. There, between you and the other, whom you have previously only perceived, is the relationship and the miracle waiting to happen. As we spoke within a course of love, of relationship being not one thing or another, but a third something. This is what we speak of here again. If Christ is relationship, and if the Christ in you is the real you, then this all-encompassing relationship, both within you and without you, both you and all you are in relationship with, is that third something that is the holy relationship. This holy relationship is what you are called to cultivate as a gardener cultivates her garden. The gardener knows that although the plant exists, fully realized within its seed. It also means the relationship of earth and water, light and air. The gardener knows that tending the garden will help it to flourish and show its abundance. The gardener knows she is part of the relationship that is the garden. A true gardener believes not in bad seeds. A true gardener believes not that she is in control. A true gardener accepts the grandeur that is the garden and finds it beautiful to behold. This metaphor is akin to acceptance of the holy relationship. It is acceptance of what occurs with the joining of many factors, one no more important than another. While the Christ in you has been compared to the seed of all you are, what you have had revealed to you here is that the Christ is also the relationship of all that would bring the seed to fruition. The ego could be here compared to a gardener who believes that the seed alone is all that is important. As intently as this gardener might struggle to cause the seed to grow, without the relationship of earth and water, light and air, the seed would but remain a source of struggle. The ego would hang on to what is already accomplished within you, never to let it express through relationship all that it is. As valuable as the ego would tell you that you are, it still would thwart you being who you are through its denial of the relationships essential to that which you truly are. This cultivation, then, of the all-encompassing, holy relationship that exists within you and without you, both in all you are and all you are in relationship with, is how you are called to live your life and the call you are asked to sound to all your brothers and sisters. Let the beliefs we have set forth become one with you, so that they enable you to live and express and act as who you are in every moment and in every circumstance. Let these abilities serve you and your brothers and sisters. Let this way of living be the expression of who you are and all that you now remember. Let this remembrance grow and flourish as the garden that is you. Recognize now that unity is within you and without you in all you are and in all you are in relationship with. Feel the embrace and the love that is this unity, and know that it is you and me and our Creator and all that was created. That ends chapter 12. Another beautiful chapter. I will pause here tonight just by adding one thing because it came to me in the reading of this tonight. And it is a quote from the ancient poet Rumi. It kind of resonates with these chapters. He said, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it and embrace them." Rumi. So we'll continue the next time, every Monday at 8 for chapter 13, the final call. See how that goes. And I mentioned this in the beginning, but if you want to hear the whole series of readings from this book, it's on YouTube at Kimberly 8th Day. You'll find them all there in one folder and some other goodies there too. So thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, whether you join me live anytime, and anyone is welcome to join, or whether you join from viewing the recordings later. Either way, it's perfect for you. And I'm happy for you. So excited for you that you're receiving the blessing of a lifetime from this living book. This book is a transmission of love. So thank you again, and until next time, blessings.